Last video showed you all about the German subject pronouns and introduced you to the idea of getting the verb to match your subject. Today we are going to explain how conjugation works in detail. Conjugation is the process of changing the verb to match the subject of the sentence. Since you're watching this video, I'm going to assume that you speak English well enough to understand how this works in English. There are usually only two forms of a verb in English. For example, I go, you go, he goes, we go, they go. Your options are either go or goes. If you mix them up, people will look at you kind of funny. I goes to the store. You sound like Ralph from The Simpsons. In the German version, there are a lot more options. Let's start with the verb sagen to see what I mean. Sagen, to say. Ich sage, du sagst, sagt, sie sagt, es sagt, wir sagen, ihr sagt, sie sagen, sie sagen. We start with the verb infinitive, which is a fancy way of saying the version that you find in the dictionary. Remove the en at the end. The form without the en is called the verb stem. Then add the endings e, st, t, en, t, and en. Usually when I make a conjugation chart, they look like this, and I read them like this. Ich sage, du sagst, sie, es sagt, wir sagen, ihr sagt, sie sagen, sie sagen. I'd like to show you a few more examples, but conjugation charts are boring and don't teach you much vocabulary, so instead I'll show you example sentences with some of the most commonly used verbs in the German language. For the third person singular, sie, and es, I'll just show you one of those three pronouns in an example sentence. I'll do the same thing for they, sie, and you, sie. Machen, to do or make. Ich mache das Bett. I make the bed, or I am making the bed. Du machst mich glücklich. You make me happy, or you are making me happy. Macht einen Rückzieher. He is making a retraction, or he makes a retraction. Wir machen Musik. We are making music, or we make music. Ihr macht einen guten Job. You are doing a good job, or you do a good job. Sie machen ein Angebot. They are making an offer, or they make an offer. Kommen, to come. Ich komme gleich wieder. I am coming right back. Kommst du mit ins Kino? Are you coming to the movies? Sie kommt nach Hause. She is coming home. Wir kommen zu dir. We are coming to you. Kommt ihr zum Abendessen? Are you coming to dinner? Woher kommen Sie? Where do you come from? Or where are you from? Of course, you don't have to use pronouns in order to use that form of the verb. Pronouns replace nouns, so logically you should be able to use a noun instead of a pronoun. You can't really do this with ich, as using your own name would mean that you change to the third person singular form, either or sie, he or she. Also, it makes you sound like a weirdo to speak in the third person. It's either that or you're Elmo.
Elmo wants to play a game. Elmo likes games.
You can't get around using the pronoun du either, as you actually have to say you. Anyway, here are some examples of a verb without as many pronouns. Gehen, to go. Ich gehe ins Bett. I am going to bed. Gehst du in die Schule? Are you going to school? Das Mädchen geht nicht ans Telefon. The girl is not going to the telephone. You could also say, es geht nicht ans Telefon. Mein Bruder und ich gehen in den Park. My brother and I are going to the park. You could also say, wir gehen in den Park. Du und dein Bruder geht jetzt zur Schule. You and your brother are now going to school. Ihr geht jetzt zur Schule. Der Mann und seine Frau gehen zur Bibliothek. The man and his wife are going to the library. You could also say, sie gehen zur Bibliothek. Certain verbs don't take the st for the do form. Instead, they simply take t. The last letter of the stem of these verbs are one of the following: S, SZ, X, or Z. The reason is that you simply wouldn't actually hear the S sound at the ST ending, so we just leave it out of the conjugation. The rest of the verb forms are normal. I'll give you an example of each. Reisen, to travel. Ich reise gern nach Deutschland. I like to travel to Germany. Reist du nach Berlin? Are you traveling to Berlin? Der Mann reist nicht. The man is not traveling. Meine Familie und ich reisen durch Europa. My family and I are traveling through Europe. Wohin reist ihr? To where are you traveling? Die Kinder reisen mit ihren Eltern. The children are traveling with their parents. Heißen, to be called. Ich heiße Levi. I am called Levi. Wie heißt du? How are you called? What is your name? Sie heißt Sandra. She is called Sandra. Wir heißen Jim und Bob. We are called Jim and Bob. Wie heißt ihr? How are you called? Wie heißen Sie? How are you called? What is your name? Relaxen, to relax. Ich relaxe in meinem Haus. I am relaxing in my house. Warum relaxst du nicht? Why don't you relax? Relaxt im Park. He is relaxing in the park. Wir relaxen zusammen. We relaxed together. Relaxt ihr oft? Do you often relax? Die Studenten relaxen in der Mensa. The students are relaxing in the dining hall. Setzen, to set, put, or place. Ich setze mich hin. I am setting myself down. Warum setzt du dich nicht auf das Sofa? Why don't you set yourself down on the sofa? Der Hund setzt sich in der Küche hin. The dog sets himself down in the kitchen. Wir setzen die Kuscheltiere auf den Tisch. We are setting the stuffed animals on the table. Was setzt ihr auf den Boden? What are you setting on the floor? Setzen Sie sich hin? Are you setting yourself down? If the last letter of the verb stem is D or T, you need to add E between the stem, the part of the verb before the EN, and the conjugation ending for du, sie, es, and ihr, because otherwise the word would be practically impossible to pronounce. The additional E makes the word easier to pronounce. Here are some examples of this. Finden, to find. Ich finde dich süß. I think you're cute. Findest du die Katze? Are you finding the cat? Or have you found the cat? If you're trying to say this sentence without the additional E between the stem and the ending, you would end up with findst. It's a struggle to get this word out like this, so we add the E, findest. Die Lehrerin findet den Fehler. The teacher finds the mistake. Wir finden einfach keine Wohnung. We simply aren't finding an apartment, meaning you're having trouble finding one. Findet ihr mich hübsch? Do you find me handsome? Please don't actually answer this question in the comments. Die Bewerber finden Jobs. The applicants find jobs. Arbeiten, to work. Ich arbeite als Lehrer. I am working as a teacher. Wo arbeitest du heutzutage? Where do you work nowadays? Meine Mutter arbeitet in einer Anwaltskanzlei. My mother works in a law firm. Mein Kumpel und ich arbeiten am Auto. My buddy and I are working on the car. Arbeitet ihr zusammen? Are you working together? Die Verbrecher arbeiten einen Plan aus. The criminals are working out a plan. Adding an E is also necessary when the verb stem ends with two consonants that make different sounds. This isn't very common, but it is important to know. Atmen, to breathe. Ich atme tief ein. I breathe in deeply. Du atmest aus. You breathe out. Der Opfer atmet nicht mehr. The victim is not breathing anymore. Wir atmen dieselbe Luft. We are breathing the same air. Ihr atmet Sauerstoff. You breathe oxygen. Die Fische atmen im Wasser. The fish breathe in the water. To be clear, this rule does not apply when you have two of the same consonants together, as we saw in the verb kommen, or if you have two consonants that flow together. This includes the verb folgen, which has two consonants, L and G, which are next to each other, but because they flow together when you say them, you don't need to separate the stem and the verb ending with the extra E. Folgen, to follow. Ich folge deinem Schatten. I am following your shadow. Verfolgst du die Nachrichten? Do you follow the news? In this sentence, I added the prefix ver, but the verb conjugation is the same. We'll talk about prefixes in a later video. Der Sklave folgt dem Sklavenbesitzer. The slave follows the slave owner. Wir folgen unserer Mutter. We are following our mother. Folgt ihr mir auf Twitter? Do you follow me on Twitter? Folgen Sie Trixie auf Instagram? Do you follow Trixie on Instagram? Some verbs don't end in en, but instead end in just an n. If this happens, you simply remove the n in order to find your stem. When you get to the form of the verb that takes an en usually, you simply add n instead. Handeln, to deal or trade. Ich handle das. Ich handle das. I am dealing with that. I will deal with that. Here you have the option of removing the E before the L to make it flow nicer. It's not necessary, however. It is perfectly acceptable to keep that extra E in there. You also might hear ich handle, which is technically not correct. Just know that some native speakers might say it that way. Wie handelst du das? How are you dealing with that? Es handelt von einem Mädchen. It deals with a girl. Wir handeln mit Dow Jones Aktien. We trade with Dow Jones Industrial Average stock. Handelt ihr an der New Yorker Börse? Do you trade on the New York Stock Exchange? Die Börsenhändler handeln nicht nur an der New Yorker Börse, sondern auch an der Nasdaq. The stockbrokers trade not only on the New York Stock Exchange, but also on the Nasdaq. Now you know all you need to know in order to conjugate any regular verb in German in the present tense. There are still irregular verbs to talk about, but I'll save those for a different video. In the next video, I'll show you some basic questions that you should be able to answer and some sample answers to those questions. In the meantime, I'm done for today. Danke fürs Zuschauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss!